WTT level. Separated in the world rankings by 33 places, but Thibault Poret is a rising star for France. He's had a bit of a breakthrough year, and he is appearing in his first main draw match at Grand Smash level, which in itself is a fantastic achievement. Mazi Nakimara is our umpire for the second match of the second session. Taking the chair for this one, Lin Shidong already ready and waiting for the coin toss.
I have red and black. Red for Lin, black for Poret. It's black. Poret, you want to receive. Which side?
Thibault Poret wins the toss, opts to receive first. He's had a really interesting year, made a huge breakthrough at the Star Contender event in Chennai earlier this season, making it all the way to the final. Just fell short in the final round there, losing to Oh Jun-sung of the Republic of Korea. But a fantastic result for the young French player, who's been as high as 31 in the world rankings, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. So he is playing close to his very best table tennis, and he'll need to be at his very best, won't he, Jimmy Butler, to get past the world #1 and the top seed here, Lin Shidong.
Absolutely. We've talked about these kind of matches earlier in this tournament. Anytime you have a world #1 playing someone like Poret, he's got to feel relaxed. He's going to come out swinging. Really no pressure on him. Everyone expects him to lose, even though you and I know he's within distance of winning this match. Number 34 in the world, that's not chump change at all.
No,
so he could definitely win this match, but there's really no pressure on him, whereas for Lin Shidong, he's expected to win, and so with that, usually, you know, you carry a little pressure on your back.
Absolutely, we saw there his credentials, world #1, winner of the China Smash in Beijing last year, winner of the Singapore Smash in February, and we can have a little look at how he won that title. Beating Liang Jingkun, the world #5 of China, who incidentally was knocked out here yesterday in the opening round. A huge upset for the #4 seed to be going home with an early exit.
11-2 game match to Lin Shidong. Lin Shidong wins 4 games to 2.
Fifth game for Lin Shidong, taking the China Smash title. And given that Liang Jingkun, the Singapore Smash, I apologize. Given that Liang Jingkun has now been dispatched that early exit, that again, that opens up the draw, doesn't it? Perhaps, you know, Lin Shidong wouldn't have felt that he was too much trouble, given that he is top of the standings, world #1, but things like that must give you a bit of heart, mustn't they, Jimmy, to know that your closest rivals are gone?
Yeah, it really does. It adds a little pressure to the Chinese national team anytime some of their teammates bow out early, because their supporters expect one of them to win this tournament, or it's considered a failure. So one of them has to win, or it's not considered a successful competition for China.
Poret, first game, Lin to serve, long off. 1 long.
Lin starts out with a nice no-spin serve. Poret thought it had more spin than it did. He popped it up. And a finish for Lin, and then Poret ties it up quickly, and we are at 1 game apiece to start this first game.
How about that for a shot?
Let's watch that again. Watch where he locates this finish. That wide forehand of Poret.
Poret, of course, he's got a wide wingspan. He's a tall player, but that ball just wasn't coming back to Lin, was it?
Too much speed.
3, 1.
Lin Shidong's dominance has been really quite incredible. He spent 21 consecutive weeks as world #1.
There's a good look at the backhand of Poret. Quick stroke, watch this technique. Quick stroke generates a lot of spin and speed. Well done.
all. Lin, 3 all. 3, 4.
It's a nice quick flick of the wrist from Lin Shidong, nods his head in encouragement to himself.
And Poret wants to avoid him from doing that. Let's see what he does on this serve. Got him to push it, just wasn't able to make that backhand opening there. Poret's kind of probing on the serve, seeing what he's got to do to keep Lin from drilling those banana flicks. Oh, what a great rally by both athletes. Let's watch that again. Nice looking forehand down the line, and then anytime someone's back from the table and they re-loop a backhand loop at you, it catches you off guard with that kind of speed. Oh, that's a great receive right there. Talking about the beautiful backhand banana flick of Lin. How about that from Poret?
5, 6.
Well, it has been a really impressive start, hasn't it, for the Frenchman? Coming up against the, well, imperious Lin Shidong.
Lin, 5, 6.
Poret trying to work the wide forehand on the serve of Lin, trying to stay away from that backhand banana flick. There's another one right there, and that's a shot he'll normally make. That's why he kind of tossed his racket on the table in disgust. That's an opportunity lost, and he knows against Lin, you can't miss those kind of shots and beat him. You've got to take the opportunities when they're there. Oh, beautiful.
7, 6.
And Lin's looking back going, hey, that was supposed to be short, he says to his coach. He didn't actually say that, but I'm just imagining what he probably said in his mind. Accidentally went long, he got punished. Oh, beautiful decision, perfect execution. Lin said, hey, my last one accidentally went long. This time I'm going to purposely serve long right into the body of Poret.
And that's what the champions do, isn't it? They punish you when they learn from their mistakes. He's not going to make the same one twice.
Well, I'm really impressed with the receive game of Lin this whole first game. Just making it look easy, great cuts, great banana flick openings. Oh, and then drills that backhand in to win the first game. And he will lead this match 1-0 as we look at that last point. Look at that beautiful backhand.
Yeah, nicely done indeed, Lin Shidong. The class already apparent. Taking it with the first match point at the first opportunity, 11 points to 6. No, it's just the first round, but he'll be thinking he needs to go all the way. That will be the goal for Lin Shidong. But Thibault Poret, he's a player who deserves credit, certainly. But these are the matches he wants to be playing, and he wants to be playing against the very best, because how else do you improve?
Absolutely, Rebecca. And you know, you don't get many opportunities like this. You know, when I played as a professional, I didn't get many opportunities to be on the biggest stage playing world #1. Can only think of it 4 or 5 times maybe. So you don't get many opportunities unless you become a world #1, which not many guys reach there. So these are opportunities you want to embrace and try to maximize your opportunities out there.
And Poret looks confident, doesn't he? And that's difficult in itself when you're facing a world #1. Mastering that belief too.
Long 3.
Great start, the second game for Poret. So important to try to get a good start so you can put a little pressure on Lin. You don't want him getting a lead and then feeling comfortable. So you want him feeling like that, where he was a little unsure there. Should I go with speed? Should I play safe? He kind of was hesitated, and you saw the miss. Once again, Poret working that wide forehand of Lin on the serve, trying to stay away from that Lin banana flick on the receive.
What a shot from Thibault Poret, and look at that, 5 points up in game #2. This is phenomenal stuff for the Frenchman.
Great job taking Lin out of his rhythm, because he was in a great rhythm that whole first game.
1-5.
Oh, how good was that, Rebecca?
That was a blink and you'll miss it.
Watch this shot.
You almost needed to watch that in slow motion because it went across the table with such blistering pace.
It was fast in slow motion. It was so fast.
Look at that, Lin Shidong quickly working his way back through these points. Showed great balance there.
And Poret was not happy with this miss. Loaded with topspin, but it was slow, and anytime the ball's slow and you miss it as an athlete out there, you're not happy with yourself. I can sit here and say, oh, but it had a lot of topspin. These guys don't care. When the ball's slow and they miss it, they're not happy. And he took a timeout.
Avec le petit service, le démarrage, voilà. Il faut que tu mettes de l'agressivité. Là, quand tu ouvres dans l'échange, derrière, après, tu vois, il est un peu plus en panique. Sur les premières, quand c'est un peu plus sur le plateau, c'est un peu plus compliqué. Hein? T'as vu son service long, il t'a décalé un tout petit peu plus au coude. Il a reçu beaucoup d'efforts. Hein? Ouais. Là, celle-là, tu le sens, par contre, tu vois, tu peux peut-être le tourner et essayer de la prendre un peu là. Okay. Sur le premier set aussi, il y a quelques poussettes, tu vois, ça a manqué un peu de longueur. Mets de la longueur, faut que tu ouvres un peu. Hein, faut pas qu'il vienne grimper sur la table comme ça. Ouvre et après, derrière, tu essaies de dépoter. Okay. Le lancer haut, il était bien, tu peux le refaire avec du service latéral, tu peux refaire du service rapide, tu peux reprendre ton service à plat et puis tu vas venir chercher un peu pour nous. Okay. Il va certainement y avoir une série, il va revenir sur son service court. Là, tu peux essayer de la travailler un peu plus avec ton flip. Derrière, on est actif. Parce que derrière, il va essayer de l'enquiller. Ça, là, il faut que tu sois présent. Allez, comment?
Poret has relinquished that 5-point lead. Watched on by Alexis Lebrun. So, Felix, my apologies. His brother Alexis is also here, but so much French talent in the ranks. The Lebrun brothers, popular figures back home in France. And no doubt Poret is appreciative of the support. And that's a well-timed timeout for him. It's exactly how you want the restart to go.
And we talked about it earlier. If you win a point after your timeout, it's an automatic success, the timeout. How about 2 points in a row out of the timeout? That's kind of how we look at it. If you win the point after the timeout, it was a great timeout. There's a good look at both athletes. Great backhand, going backhand to backhand. Lin comes out on top that point. Both have similar technique on that backhand side.
7-5.
Great job by Lin. Ready for that deep serve into his body. Let's watch it again. He steps around. He was ready for it. For him to step around like that, it was in his mind that that might happen.
You saw there the anguished expression on his face. He must be feeling he takes one step forward and then 2 steps back when he's faced with a winner like that.
We had to save a net, and I think that's why he was frustrated. He had to save a net, but then that threw him off balance for the next one, so he was not happy about that net ball.
6-9.
Now he's not happy that he just missed that ball off the top of the net. So some emotions from Lin. Watch this right now. Watch the emotions. He talks over to his coach after missing that shot. He's feeling a little bit of heat out there. Yeah. Wow. Now he's feeling a lot of heat because this game is about to get away from him as he will face 4 game points against him. And look at that nice finish.
11 points to 6. That was not in the script for Lin Shidong, who was dominant in the opening game, but credit to Thibault Poret. Came out fighting in game number 2, going 5 points to love, 5-0 up. That timeout, that was the key, wasn't it? When he took that timeout, when Lin Shidong got himself back to within a point, taking on the advice of his coach, taking those words and using them to great effect to put away that game. Levels at 1 game all, and that's the first time he's actually taken a game off the world number 1.
Comme ça à amener encore. Okay, c'est bien quand tu l'accroches comme ça avec le flip. Le rythme, il est vraiment gêné sur cette balle-là. Hein? Allez, agressif, hein. Continue. Hein. Allez, Thibault.
Well, the message there is to go and be aggressive in game number 3. The momentum very much with the Frenchman at the moment, Jimmy. What do you think? What kind of a response we'll see from Lin Shidong?
Probably a good one, Rebecca, because the Chinese athletes are the best at responding to just about any kind of situation. That's a nice first point and response for Lin. Oh, that's too good. You got to tip your hat to Poret when he puts that kind of pressure and speed on you. Those were quality shots. Look at this. What can you do when a guy takes it off the bounce and just puts that kind of force on it? Oh, great serve and a nice finish. Watch this deep serve. Lin pushed it. He was so caught off guard. Normally, these athletes will attack a deep serve unless they're totally caught off guard. But just missed his own serve there. Went for another one. Love the idea. Unfortunately, wasn't able to execute that particular serve. I'm glad to see him going for it.
3-2.
Top spin. Speed on that backhand. Watch this. Right here. Poret just said, whoa, after he missed that. So much speed and spin on that ball. Oh, that's too good. Not a bad receive at all, but what a finish from Lin.
He almost looked angry when he hit that one.
Yeah, and you asked how would he respond, and you can see his body language, his movement, everything is more crispy this game. Well, that's 2 serves in a row missed by Poret. Now that hurts you. To miss one, you know, he's going for aggressive serves. You can let 1 go, but 2 in a row, that's brutal.
2-5.
That's what Poret's trying to stay away from. He doesn't want to make a bunch of unforced errors. He doesn't want to make it easy for Lin. 2 missed serves in a row, and he just whacked that backhand loop off the end of the table. That's too easy. And that's nicely played. Got into the 3rd shot of the rally there instead of missing the 1st or 2nd one, and got rewarded. Won the point. So, you know, these Chinese athletes, and obviously the world #1, they're so good at not making unforced errors. You just don't see them making many ticky-tack mistakes.
3-7.
And that is a big skill to go out there and not, you know, miss your serve, miss a bunch of receives, miss some openings. They just don't do that very often. That's a good serve right there.
7.
So the deep serve giving Lin some problems when Poret's able to execute it. That's just perfectly played into his body. He wasn't ready for that.
7-5.
Momentum back in favor of the Frenchman. He had those 2 missed serves, then he sent a shot long, stomped his feet in frustration, but he's been able to channel that into a couple of decent points now.
Oh, he's playing great. If you take away the 2 missed serves, we're either even or he's up by 1. He probably wouldn't lose both of those points on a serve if he got them in. He's playing great if he can just eliminate the unforced errors.
8-5.
That's okay there. You know, you gotta go for it out there, and he went for a big one right there, and he can make that. It was right where he wanted it. Got to take risk. Oh, heavy Debbie serve right there from Lin. This ball's loaded. Watch this. And he dumps that into the net.
Stop. 5-9. 5-10.
Well, it's 5 game points for the top seed here, who's been pretty clinical in this 3rd game.
11-5.
Nice cool finish from Lin Shidong to move 2 games to 1 up. A great recovery after what will have been a shock, losing game number 2 by 11 points to 6. Turns the tables and takes game number 3 by 11 points to 5.
跟蹬的一样啊，还有一个你看你快捅的反手传的球没问题，是吧？有的时候一咧中间或者一搓，有的时候这种半中台的人一掉，不用给他中间，正常就给他反手就行。这球台落台以后就往外飘的厉害，他这样还得瞄。
T'as pas fait pour l'instant le service à plat là que tu veux essayer petit côté, c'est une bonne idée, c'est des bonnes idées, c'est juste que ça manque un
Time,
peu
please, players.
Allez.
Well, Thibault Poret has 1 game to save his campaign here in Las Vegas. Lin Shidong a game away from a place in round 2. That's the expectation for the top seed. He looked really good, didn't he? He was dangerous in game number 3, Jimmy.
What really stands out as we watch this first point, the foot speed of Lin is just incredible out there. I mean, we've watched a lot of matches today and yesterday, and then when Lin comes out there, the foot speed just kind of like knocks me back. I'm just amazed how quick he is. And you notice his forehand's amazing, his backhand's amazing, everything looks amazing, but what really stands out is his foot speed.
He's got great anticipation as well. Always seems to be thinking a few steps ahead.
2-1.
such an advantage when you can get to the ball quicker than your opponent. You've got more time to make a decision, and he's just all over that table with such speed. Oh, that is just too good and a treat to watch. Let's watch it again. The big backhand, and then watch him just accelerate on that forehand down the line.
Lin, 1-4.
Nice serve. That's what you need. If you're Poret, try to get Lin to miss a serve or two. That's the quickest way to get back into a game and a match. If your opponent's just shooting bullets at you, try to get a few points off the service game. Great job there by Poret to get one. Yeah, great receive. 2 quick points there by Poret. And he's within 1 point this game. So great response, because this game could have gotten away from Poret in a hurry. It was almost getting away from him, and just like that, he's within a point.
Well, even Stevens all square now at 4 apiece, and it really is amazing, isn't it? Just how quickly things can change. When you think the momentum is with one player, when you think that they're looking comfortable, they're looking confident, a lot of people would have written off Poret in game number 4.
Another great receive by Lin. He's waiting for that deep serve into his body. His coach probably told him, take it with your forehand. We've seen him step around and loop his forehand in off that deep serve. The last 2 times Poret's done it. Watch it right there. See, he's going around on his forehand. A lot of times athletes want to take that with their backhand. See, he's taking another one with his forehand. Didn't win the point, but great receives going on from Lin. Let's watch it again. See, he takes that with his forehand, but that backhand from Poret was just too good, and he says, hmm. So you can see how frustrated Poret is there, because those are the opportunities he knows he's got to make. The margin to win is slender for him. He's got to make those, and that's why you saw such an animated reaction when he missed it. There's a great look. The backhand from Lin. Let's watch it again. Slow spinny, and that's exactly how you do it right there. Right now, Lin is in a groove on the receive game. Poret serving a lot deep. Lin knows that, and he's really laying into him now. Another good receive. Poret was up to the challenge. So Poret hanging in there. As good as Lin looks, Poret's only down by 2. And he's had his opportunities this game. You know, missed a couple balls he'd normally make. So this is a tight game.
Must win, though, for the Frenchman.
9-6.
Happy with that one. Lin Shidong now closing in on this.
And a great decision by Lin to go right into the teeth of his backhand, which these guys don't normally like to do, but he didn't expect it. There's another one. Oh, that's why you're scared to go to that location, because that can happen to you. Let's watch it again. Serves there, and then watch this. Ooh, placed it right into the body of Lin as well. That was perfectly executed.
A really, really clever point, wasn't it? And again, good serving from the Frenchman. Just like that, he's reduced the deficit to a single point.
And Lin takes a timeout, and he's going to talk it over with his coach. And both athletes will get a chat with their coaches.
正常顺势快速拉开个反手就行了嘛。再一个，他发你长的这个球，你要发你中间长的拉完以后，你车拉的，这下回反手快一点，啊，全是他第一板全回你反手去，这下我要快一点，这个地方，对不对？还有就是这种注意，你给他中间啊，他侧身这还行，就可以连续给他反手把反手顶住一下，不用说非得靠这个位置，我质量也够了，把反手盯住，反手这种不能软，反手不能这种往后这种去躲就行了。然后发你反手长，我正好顺势拉你反手了，让你反手反抽，我再扶一下就行了。发到你这种中间这块的，我算好了，等一掉，他反手这样就给你反手回来再给停下来。啊，拉到人正手的时候注意连续，注意衔接啊，就包括你清防的这种中间这下拐全是拐到你正手这儿，要带提前练，所有都很好，包括想好自己的这种方式，啊，还是落点啊，出手要有坚定啊，不能犹豫。
Well, talk about tension. Calling for the timeout in the closing stages, or what could be the closing stages of game number 4, and possibly even the match, who knows? It'll be fascinating to see how Lin Shidong emerges from this timeout.
This match has gone so fast and it's been so fun to watch. I was glad to get that timeout just to reset myself. I'm kind of excited to watch this end now. Beautiful. Let's watch it again. Good serve because you got him to pop it up a little and then just blisters that backhand.
That is certainly not the way that Lin Shidong wanted to resume this one. Relinquishing his lead. How about that? Game points for the Frenchman, this to take us to a decider.
It's down 9-6, 4 points in a row.
Hey, come on.
Oh my goodness.
9, game to Poret.
That is absolutely stunning stuff from Thibault Poret. Takes us to a decider, winning 2 games against the world #1 and clawing his way back through those points just so impressively. He wasn't deterred at all. When he was 3 points down, Lin Shidong 9-6 up. Thibault Poret wasn't phased.
On va voir si là, tu vois, là, il t'a décalé un peu, là, je pense qu'il va te servir peut-être un peu au zone coup droit. Hein, là, sur ta remise, engage-toi vraiment sur la remise pour ouvrir. Pour l'instant, t'as pas été une seule fois dans le plein coup droit. Hein? Pas été une seule fois dans le plein coup droit.
这个人心脑子要清醒，脑子要这种要猪的，怎么打什么呀？这不全是被人啊这种来回，人家没怎么搏你，1、2个球自己就在场上站不住了，这种。还有这种人要这种拼起来啊！打得好好，人别乱啊，节奏注意。
Time, please.
Could we be on the verge of an upset? Lin Shidong doesn't often get taken to a decider. Thibault Poret has completely flipped the script. Lin Shidong to get us back underway. Game number 5. Tension down at table number 1 is palpable. Jimmy, we spoke before game number 4. It looked as though Lin Shidong was going to put it out of reach, out of sight. Impossible to predict the decider, of course, in a match where we've seen that anything can happen. But what do you think needs to be the difference?
Well, Lin Shidong did everything but win that last game. He got to 9-6. He looked good, and then Poret started playing unbelievable. So that was the first problem, but just wasn't able to finish. I mean, when you're the world #1 and you're up 9-6 and 2-1, got to finish. Wasn't able to do it, but he's off to a great start this 5th game. At the end of the day, if he wins this game, all is forgiven. None of it matters. And he'll move on. So great start. Let's see if Poret can get on the board here. Oh.
Brilliant rally rally. And the Frenchman did so well to withstand that pressure, to stay in it as long as he did. But look at this, utterly ruthless from Lin Shidong. You just looked at me, threw your hands in the air, Jimmy. Do you have any words?
Well, look, he saves a net here. Watch this. Right there, that hit the net. He took it and won the point. Lost 5 in a row to lose the last game, comes out, and look at him the first 5 points of this game. So how do you know when a guy's going to be in rhythm and go out of rhythm? We don't. That's why we're here watching. You never know what to expect. Things change so quickly out there.
A great point for Poret. First one on the board of this decider.
Lin, 1-5.
Once again, Lin ready for that deep serve, which was so effective earlier in the match. But Lin now waiting for that deep serve and has handled it really well the last few games.
Poret has shown his hand with that one.
6.
Shidong has figured the tactic out.
6-2.
Well, is this the point at which Lin Shidong begins to pull away? 5 points is the biggest lead that we've seen since game number 3.
Wow, an unforced error from Lin. We haven't seen one this whole game. I mean, he's played like near perfect table tennis. Only time he's lost a point before that is because Poret made such a good shot. That's what these great athletes are so good at. They just don't make unforced errors very often. Look at that.
3-8.
That was something really special.
Oh, what a great camera angle there to see the spin on that ball. And a deep serve finally worked for Poret. He's still firing those deep serves off. Let's watch it again. That one got Lin.
Goodness, what a point for Poret, and what a rally. It's just been so much quality in this match.
Lin is so comfortable with his backhand loop, re-looping back from the table. One of the smoothest I've seen. When he goes back there, he can just re-loop on either side. Oh, great serve.
9.
That was a deep kick serve. That ball kicked up with side top spin, which made it hit the edge of the racket. Watch it again. Watch that ball kick, and it hits the edge of his racket. Hadn't seen him do that serve the whole match.
Five match points for Lin Shidong. And Poret produce something special now.
11.
Well, Poret into the net and Lin Shidong avoiding what would have been the upset of upsets here in Las Vegas, taking it by 3 games to 2. That is a tight, tough contest for the top seed, not one that he'll want to repeat, not one that he would have been expecting. Thibault Poret can notch that up as a very, very decent result indeed. Lin Shidong must be breathing a sigh of relief, having got through that one. Coming up against a very, very tough opponent in the shape of Thibault Poret. But Lin Shidong marches on safely through to the round of 32. Opponent yet to be decided. It'll be either Feng Yixian of Chinese Taipei or Daniel Habison of Austria, who's come through qualifying to make it into the main draw. Well, that's how the match was won. Just over half an hour on the clock then, pretty close, 11-6 in the first, the same scoreline in the second but reversed. The closest was game number 4 that Poret took to take us to the decider. Lin Shidong looking out of sight in that one, but Poret so impressively clawed his way back into it to force game number 5. Brilliant match between this pair, but congratulations to Lin Shidong.
Well, first I have to congratulate Lin Shidong for your very first win here in Las Vegas. Now, how would you evaluate your performance in your first match?
恭喜世栋获得首胜。那在拉斯维加斯的第一场比赛，评价一下自己今天的表现。
今天其实我感觉双方发挥都非常好吧，然后也是打到了决胜局，然后可能今天自己上去，有点对球态不适应吧，那可能打到后面会好一些吧。
So according to Shidong, he said that both players gave their best today in the game, that we got to 5 rounds of gameplay. And he felt like at the beginning he wasn't quite used to the environment, but he quickly picked it up and took it home. Now, after the score was tied 2-2 in this match, how do you change things up to take the win?
在2-2战平的情况下，自己是如何去调整来拿下比赛的？
可能到了第5局，自己还是战术比较坚定吧，然后可能还是想着一分一分去打，毕竟都是打到平了吧，然后双方的状态都不错，可能当时想着还是一分一分去拼吧。
So when we got to the final game, I sharpened my tactics and I just made sure to take it 1 point at a time, and we got the result.
恭喜你，世栋。
Thank you so much, and all the best for the rest of your matches.
Well, great to hear from our match winner Lin Shidong, surviving a scare to seal his place in